Good morning, and thank you everybody for being here, making possible this fifth edition of the Boredom Conference. It's incredible. I'm extremely happy to have the chance of spending one more time two incredible days with you all, talking and learning about boredom, and to see how our network is growing over time. Mariusz and I myself, as co-organizers of this encounter, will introduce the purpose and the history of this conference and give you some details about previous editions, the mission and the activities of the International Society of Boredom Studies, as well as some keys about technical issues for the conference to be a success. Well, the Boredom Conference started being held in 2015 in Poland under the organization of Mariusz alone and had two sequels there in 2017 and 2016, if I'm not wrong, until it began being part of the activities of the ISBS in 2021. The edition of 2021 was going to be held at my home institution, the Complutense University of Madrid, but it was finally held online due to the pandemic situation. So since then, we decided to hold this encounter in its following editions online just to facilitate participation from people all over the world. You can see the recordings of the last edition on the ISBS YouTube channel at any time. So I invite you to do it. Just very quickly, the aims of this five edition, in line with the past ones, are to gather together boredom researchers from various academic disciplines worldwide, and also to make new and develop existing connections between them, to create the venue for interdisciplinary boredom-oriented academic discussion, to promote boredom studies as a justified, significant, and needed domain of scientific research, and of course, to establish recurrent organizational and social structures that enable further development of boredom studies. In previous editions, just in the last one, we had keynote speakers such as Andreas Elpidoro, Vignan Baltilbur, Michael Gardiner, and John Eastwood, and panels about philosophy, psychology, sociology, literature, culture. But this time we have less panels that concentrate the topics of the conference in culture, psychology, education, and philosophy. And also, as the keynote speakers in the last edition were all men, this time we decided to invite only well-known female researchers on boredom. They are Erin Westgate from University of Florida, Elizabeth Goodstein from Emory University, and Sandy Mann from the University of Central Lancashire. As I mentioned, the last edition was already part of the activities of the ISBS. Let me tell you something else about this society. This is a society we created in 2021 to promote and disseminate multidisciplinary research on boredom. Through a network of experts, the society facilitates the distribution of knowledge concerning boredom, gives visibility and access to scientific papers on boredom published by researchers worldwide, and disseminates information regarding activities related to the study of boredom. To become a member, this is the, the time to introduce a little bit more. To become a member of the society and join the network is entirely free of charge. This is important. So you have nothing to lose but your boredom. And in your screen, you can see the benefits of being part of the club. Apart from organizing the Boredom Conference, other activities we are carrying out are the distribution of the newsletter, in which you can receive it bi-monthly, including the news about the very recent call for papers, events, and publications about boredom and similar states. The podcast Boredom Matters, you can find it in different platforms like Spotify, iVoox, Apple Podcasts, and so on. The open access library of papers on boredom, and maybe the most important one, the Journal of Boredom Studies. Marius is going to tell you more about it right now. So, Marius?
Uh, yes, I hope that you can see my screen right now. Okay.
Yes, we can.
Okay, so this is something that we have dreamt of for several years, to have our own place. We started with capitalistic publishers, but I don't want to bore you with their boring, absurd propositions and business models. So we decided to do this independently. So the risk is higher, but yeah, we are independent. So this is a journal that you can follow by going to the website of society, and some information about the journal. First of all, this is peer-reviewed journal. We publish this once a year, so this is published annually by the society. This is multidisciplinary, so irrespective of your discipline, you can send your submission. This is open access, so there is free of charge, no money is involved. We do it pro bono, without money. So you send us your paper. Yeah, we go with peer review, then revision, and you're just published online without any expenses. Yeah, we welcome also theoretical and empirical advancements in all areas of boredom studies. So the only language is English, because we want to make it international, truly international. So we don't want vernacular languages, yeah, but we have translations if you're interested in sharing your own research that you already published in your own language. The only form of journal is digital, so this is only online, no paper version and so on. And we publish papers, original papers like research papers, methodological papers, theoretical papers, between 6 and 10,000 words. So yeah, this is not popular science thing. Yeah. Then reviews of books related to boredom, and English translations, yeah, of papers and chapters on boredom published initially in vernacular languages. Um, one more important thing is that the publication of articles is steady, continual. So this is not that we wait for all papers to be gathered and then we publish them. No, we publish it as your paper is after review and after revision. We do the technical editing, yeah, and we publish it almost already after it. So we suppose that makes it faster, yeah, to be published. About editorial team very shortly. Yeah, I'm editor in chief, but Josefa is on equal level, or even is more important because she's also technical editor. So this is very important stuff. So, and we have editorial board just to look that this is serious. This is serious. Yeah, there are many people that support our journal, and we are glad that we have their support. Yeah, this is editorial board. We have also scientific board, longer list of names, all of them famous in our field. So I suppose that this is serious. We have almost finished the first issue for this year. We have 9 papers, so I just introduce them shortly, very shortly. Yeah, we started with my article that I suppose this is a good way to introduce the journal, introduce boredom studies. Yeah, and giving the concise but thorough presentation of the state of art. Yeah, this in this emerging field of boredom studies. Yeah, and evidencing the significance of boredom. Yeah, so why we should bother at all to study boredom. Then we have a paper of Michael Gardiner about this conundrum that climate change is so devastating, but it is boring in a way. So yeah. Then we have also a paper by Christian Parena, Boredom, Suicide, and Postmodern Architecture. Then we have the Richard Bardi and Lenin Zhang paper about the habitual boredom scale. Yeah, this is already existing theory by Richard Barton about habitual boredom, and now there is a proposition of scale to measure it. Then we have Abel Franco paper about aesthetic boredom, very new and very interesting concept. Yeah, that this is boredom due to primarily to the absence of habitability of the space. Yeah, that we cannot habitate the space. Then we have a paper from Wilbur Bambrach, Andrew Moynihan, and John Eastwood about self-focused and lacking self-knowledge, the relation between boredom and self-perception. Then we have research about boredom as a potentially creativity enhancing state, also empirical study by Anke Zeisig and Sebastian Panache. And then Alex Gillam, this is a very philosophical paper that states that Epicurean philosophy prevents painful boredom. Yeah, Epicureanism is something focused on not having sufferings. Yeah, so boredom is one of the sufferings that we can have. And the last already published paper is by Jamie Nettinga, Rob Gutlick, and James Dunkert, exploring the relationship between state and trait boredom and various measures of creativity. Yeah, so this is very interesting stuff. Yeah, the findings indicate that there is no connection. Yeah, the boredom does not increase creativity. Yeah, but look for yourself for details. We have also 2 reviews already, and you're welcome to send your review as well. And 1 translation. Yeah, this is Josefa's stuff. A short text about boredom in pandemic times in context of making us more creative, allegedly. But yeah, this is not the whole truth. Yeah, if you are a creative spirit, yeah, probably your creativity increase, but this is not automatic. So yeah, so as you see, this is serious. This is serious. We have, I suppose, very interesting papers already, and we hope to develop this paper for next issues in the following years. So I hope that yeah, this will be a continuation of the journal. And you must remember, this is the last thing, that we have constant open call for papers. Yeah, that publication is steady, continual. So if you send your submission, yeah, we do peer review, revision, and so on, and you're just published. Okay, but we propose the deadline for you if you, after the conference, you want to submit your paper because you already prepared your presentation. So this is the opportunity to develop it. So we propose the deadline the end of November of this year, and then these papers after the conference will be published in issues, in the 2nd issue next year. Yeah, so there should be papers between 6,000 and 10,000 words. This is important. And for further details, go to the website and check authors guidelines and use the templates. Yeah, we prepared the templates to ease the process of preparing the paper. Yeah, and I suppose this is it, and you will receive a message, an email after the conference about details of the publication. Yeah, but I suppose the process is straightforward. This is not like book, like editing chapters and so on. This is an issue. Yeah, but you can submit your paper anytime, basically earlier than this deadline, but also later. Yeah, but yeah, I know that we think with deadlines, so this is one for you. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, so now we are going to talk about technical issues, which are very important too. I hope you can see my screen right now. Yeah, here it is. Okay, perfect. So, very quickly, speakers, this is just a kind reminder. Speakers will have 20 minutes to present their papers and 10 minutes for questions, okay? Except from keynotes, who will have 45 minutes for their presentations and 50 minutes for questions. When 2 minutes are remaining to have to finish your presentation, I or the moderator of your panel will press the raise hand button as a kind reminder. So you are going to listen something like this. Okay? But please, Annie, don't do this during my presentation because you are the moderator of my panel. Okay, and I'm supposed to have some privilege for being the co-organizer. So you can ask questions at any time during the presentation by posting them on the chat box, and the moderator in each case will collect all of them and read them out loud to the speaker during the last 10 minutes of their time, okay? During the breaks, the room will keep open, so you can exit or enter at any time, or even turn on your microphones to talk each other informally. Please keep your microphones off all the rest of the time unless you are moderating a panel or presenting. To share your presentations, you have only to click on the Share Now button and select the option of sharing your screen, a window, or a tab. Remember that you can activate captions to easily follow the presentations if English is not your mother tongue, as is obviously my case. And finally, please be aware that the conference will be recorded to be uploaded to the ISBS YouTube channel and to the website. And that's all. Do you have any questions? Anyways, we will remind this from time to time during the conference. So, okay, but that's all.